And in the previous video, I talked about how I started. My journey with alcohol was not good because I was exposed to alcohol at a very, very young age. Okay. That was when I was in grade 4 at 10 years of age. Stay tuned if maybe you are struggling with alcoholism, maybe you're struggling with addiction, maybe you have a loved one, maybe your husband, your spouse, your wife is struggling through addiction or alcoholism, then this is the video for you. Please stay tuned, watch till the end, because I'm going to share 7 practical steps that I was able to use to be able to overcome alcoholism. So welcome back to our channel. We are the Trails of the Odongos. In this channel, we share our simple family living. We also share our faith journey and also share our family travel adventures. So today, we want to share with you something personal. It's a continuation of the previous video that we did. This is episode 2. Yes, and with me is my wife. Yes, so let's begin.
We were also explaining about how it affected us as a family, and you didn't explain very clear
how to stop.
So we wanted you to just share how you stop, and also you can just touch a little bit of how you started and how now.
Okay, so thank you so much.
Yeah.
So this is episode 2 of my alcoholic journey.
Yeah.
How I was able to beat alcoholism and overcome it. Okay. And in the first episode, we talked about how I started drinking and how it affected our family, how it affected myself, and how I managed to come out of it. So maybe I'll share with you in detail 7 steps on how to overcome alcoholism. Yeah. Yes. So I'll try as much as possible to be honest and also to give practical steps that I used personally to be able to overcome alcoholism. So stay tuned. If maybe you are struggling with alcoholism, maybe you're struggling with addiction, maybe you have a loved one, maybe your husband, your spouse, your wife is struggling through addiction or alcoholism, then this is the video for you. Please stay tuned, watch till the end, because I'm going to share 7 practical steps that I was able to use to be able to overcome alcoholism. Okay? And in the previous video, I talked about how I started. My journey with alcohol was not good because I was exposed to alcohol at a very, very young age. That was when I was in grade 4 at 10 years of age. And I'll say even my parents are not aware of this. This is something that I'm just sharing with you people. Yeah. And I was exposed to a very, very early age, especially from the neighborhood where I lived. And also because I used to have adults who are taking alcohol around me. And that's how I came into contact with this thing. And it really affected the trajectory of my life, especially when I realized that alcohol was becoming, was taking over my life. Yeah. Is when we were heading on to campus that was in Makerere. Yeah. Though I didn't manage to join or to finish my studies, but that's when it took a turning point and I realized that this thing is going to, it's the time that I started excessively, basically consuming alcohol. Yeah. And just as I shared also in my story, I shared on moments on when I took, especially in high school, when I was smuggling alcoholic sachets to school. And I also shared where I did overdose and I found myself even in police cell. Yes, and I also shared how it really affected our finances in the family. And I would go out there and consume a lot of money, you know, spending hundreds and hundreds of dollars in buying alcohol, and then when I come back home, I'm not able to take care of my family, to provide for my family, and also just being in business, being in work, my business going down because of my overconsumption of alcohol. And it did affect me. But by grace of God, I was able to overcome it. God gave me the ability to do so. And today, you're in the right channel, you're in the right space. So I'm going to share with you 7 practical steps on how I overcame alcoholism.
Wow.
Yes. Yes, so stay tuned till the end. So, number 1 step, the first thing that I did to be able to overcome alcoholism was I I did admit the truth. I admitted the truth. I was honest with myself.
Yeah.
So by admitting the truth, I mean that I reached a point in my life where I had to sit down and have a meeting with myself
Wow.
and analyze what alcohol was doing in my life. Just as I told you, I used to have times when we were going out to drink, when I would start questioning myself, why am I even drinking?
After now you have taken the alcohol.
Yes, because I'll go out, then once it reaches midnight, I'll totally stop. And no matter how you'd convince me, I'll not drink anything.
Full of regret.
Yes, so I'd start regretting until morning time. And during those moments, those were the turning points that made me little by little start having that decision to quit. And also the headaches that came after. Yeah, those headaches were so bad that I started questioning truly what is the benefit of me drinking. If by drinking I take 2 to 3 days to be able to come back to normal. So I realized that this thing is not doing me any harm. It's doing more harm to me than good. And also when our daughter passed on, and it also gave me a bit of a lesson. I had to sit down and I really remember crying to God in a chapel in the hospital, and imagining that the previous weekend I'd spent a lot of money with friends drinking, and yet here I was not able to pay for even ambulance for my daughter. So those are the things that really touched me. So when I say step number 1 for me was having that honest meeting with myself, the admitting the truth, brutal honesty with myself, where I realized and I sat down with myself and said I wanted to quit. I made that decision. Yeah, by having that honest and brutal meeting with myself and analyzing the disadvantages, what alcohol was doing in my life, I had to sit down and look at each of them. It usually comes at a certain point in your life where you sit down and come back to your senses and you are like, wait a minute, what am I really doing with my life? What is this thing doing in my life? And I started questioning myself and telling myself, if I don't stop this thing right now, this thing is not only going to finish my family, but it is going to kill me. Yeah, it is going to kill me. I remember one day when I took alcohol. I think it was just a family gathering. I can't remember exactly. And then I went for some work in Nakuru. Nakuru is a town in Kenya. Yeah, for those who don't know, it is one of the towns in Kenya, and it is somehow around 200 kilometers from where we are staying. So when I went for work there, and I had to go for a short call, then I realized that blood was coming out of me. Yes, and this was also an awakening call to me. I realized that if I don't stop this thing, it is going to kill me for sure.
It started spoiling your
Yeah, it has started spoiling my liver. It was spoiling everything inside me, and I had to make the decision to quit. So you see those 3 things. Number 1 step is to make a honest, have a brutal and honest meeting with yourself, and make that decision to quit. You have to make it personally, that I want to do what? I want to quit. Yes.
Now, if I may ask, did you seek advices from elders, or you just made a decision by your own?
You see, the decision comes from an individual. Before you even go to seek elders, before you go to those to seek help from maybe rehabilitation, first it has to come from you as an individual. You have to have that private meeting, maybe in your bathroom, maybe in your bedroom, when you are there alone with only you and your God. When you analyze your life and then you look at what you've managed to achieve with alcohol, or what you have not managed to achieve because of alcohol. When you look at that scenario and realize, that I am able to drink 60,000 shillings in a night, yet this money can be enough for me to buy maybe 60 bags of cement. Once you start having that discussion with yourself, after that is when now you can go for help. Because now you have made the decision, you are trying, but you don't have the strength to do what? To be able to overcome it. But already the decision has to come from you. Because even God himself, God is able to help you. But God wants us to ask him for that help.
Go
He
on
just
your
he,
knees.
he just can't come like that. He's there. He's just looking at you, just waiting for that moment to just say, God, I need your help.
You
Give me the
surrender.
strength. I've surrendered everything. God help me. Then he'll give you the ability to be able to overcome that. Yes.
Wow.
So that was the first step that I did. That I made the decision to quit. And in this making the decision,
Yeah.
let me stress it out that you must have something that is pushing you to make that decision to quit.
Yeah.
If you don't have something that is pushing you, maybe it might be that you look at your children and you ask yourself, if alcohol finish me right now, how will my children live? Who will take care of my children? You understand? Because for sure, me, I had a problem where as long as money was in my pocket, I'll continue drinking. And that's when I realized that I had a problem.
Control.
I didn't have control over alcohol. Like for me, there's a time I remember, you remember that particular Christmas where we bought a lot of alcohol for Christmas festivities. So I bought the alcohol like at the beginning of December. So this particular alcohol was meant to take us through the entire festive season.
I remember.
Yes. And then I had, I don't want to mention the name of the beer.
The beer, yeah.
Yeah, but it was some imported beer from, I don't know, Denmark or something. It's common. And I used to love that beer so much.
Very.
So the problem was that I was in the bedroom, the beers, they were in cans. They were just under the bed.
You could wake
So I could just sleep. I just pick it with my hands like this and I pop and drink. I pop and drink. Then you'll come to the bedroom and see a pile of cans that I've already consumed.
Yeah.
So an alcohol, 48 cans that I was supposed to drink the entire festivity during the festive season, I'd finished within 1 week.
Yeah, we did that.
Then I entered into the whiskeys. And I did also that one that by the time it was 31st, we didn't even have alcohol in the house to celebrate with. So I didn't have self-control over alcohol, and I would drink until my pocket runs dry. As long as my pocket has something, I'll run to buy more. I'll go and buy more.
You still need more and more and more.
Yeah, I still needed more and more. And that's when I realized that I had a problem with alcohol. And I realized that I cannot have that self-control to say that I'll drink a little and stop, you know.
Yeah.
So you must have something that is pushing you to stop. And that thing can be either your children, that thing can be the dreams that you have not managed to live, that thing can be your health, that thing can just be finding a new purpose. Maybe you're in church, you know, you found God, you found Jesus. So there must be something. It can be regret. It can be the things, the opportunity you've lost because of alcohol. Maybe, I remember, just to share a story because now you're sharing with the believers, some of the things that alcohol did to me. I remember there's a time that I was to take up a new job somewhere in one of these fast food chains. Yeah, these fast food chains. I don't know if it still exists. It's called Nando's, and that fast food chain by then was one of the best in the city. And an uncle of mine helped me to be able to get that job. I went for the interview, did it, I passed. So the day that I was supposed to report for work, that's the day that I overdosed on that particular drug that I was telling you about.
Yeah.
So you see, I was to report to work the next day. Then for me, I went and overdosed on a drug. And I woke up in the hospital after 1 week.
Oh, in a coma.
Yeah, I was in a coma for 1 week. So by the time I woke up, when I went to that particular manager to ask for that job, he chased me away. Because he had already heard a story that I had overdosed. And even my uncle who helped me out to get that job was so mad with me that he didn't even want to see me again. So you see, that was an opportunity that was lost. Because of what? Addiction, alcohol, and all those things that are called drugs. Yes. So the push must be there. Lost opportunities.
Yeah.
You know, the problems that my family were facing because of my behavior, my addiction. Yes, the financial problems that you are having, the marital problems that you are having, the health issues that now started creeping in, where I would go to the washroom and then blood was coming out, you know, and even the fights and the dangers that I was putting myself, because I realized when you are going out to drink, we'll end up in these big fights, you know, with friends, and some of them were even putting our lives in risks, you know. Some of them were putting our lives in risk. So those are the things that pushed me to do step number one. That is making the decision, having a brutal meeting with myself, and making a decision to quit. Yes. So then after that, the next thing that I did, which is step number two, confess to someone. I confessed to somebody, and that was my wife. I believe I came to you. I don't know if you can still remember. And the first time I think I told you about it, I think even you were shocked, because I said, I want to stop alcohol. By end of this year, I want to stop this alcohol completely. And I remember you just told me, like, if you trust in God and believe in God, God will help you to be able to do what? To overcome it. Yes. And that didn't happen immediately. That didn't happen at that particular time. I think it even took a year or two before I could truly stop alcoholism. Because I would say, and then I'll the next weekend I'll continue. Friends would call me and I would be like, oh, let me just do it one more time, and one more time led to a year, 2 years, and then I could not. So confessing to somebody whom you trust is the step number two that I took. So
Okay.
yes.
If I may remember, after confessing to me that you want to stop taking alcohol,
Yes.
and you didn't stop, now for me, I started like seeing like you have this ignorance or something, and you didn't stop mingling with the wrong friends.
Yes.
I remember you continued drinking, hanging out with friends. Later, after like a month, you went out with your friends, and now you didn't even came back.
Yes.
I didn't know you have injured your head.
Yes.
That
Yes.
worries me a lot.
True. Yes.
It was that early in the morning. I was trying to call you, but your phone was off. So when you came in the morning, I saw a bandage.
Yes.
And that's when I realized, oh, I was just catching feelings,
Yes.
and he was dying outside
In the hospital.
in the hospital. Yet your phone was off. There is no way I could reach you, whether you are in a hospital or not, who is taking care of you. But God is faithful. You are able to come at least for me and my son to see you just alive and walking. And that is the day I think you just said enough.
Yeah, that was one of the day, because now the struggle was real.
Yeah.
But I remember what happened on that day, maybe to share with our viewers.
Yeah.
After confessing to you that I wanted to stop, now an opportunity came for us to go out.
Yeah, big boys.
Yeah, with my brother and one of their friends, one of his two friends who are ladies. So when we went out, what did happen was that when we were coming back, and this is one thing that the risks that you expose yourself to when you are in drinking circles, yeah, because you spend a lot of time outside and you put yourself in a lot of danger and a lot of risks. So what really happened at that time, I could have died, but it was the grace of God. I even forgot about that experience. So what happened was that we were leaving one of the clubs that was in town by then. I'd never attended that club in my entire life. It was that club that was so elite. It was called Galileo's in Westlands, Nairobi. So this opportunity came for me to at least the first time enter Galileo's, and because I was with my brother, I felt like for my brother, I have no problem with my brother, because he's not the other drinking buddies that we were going out with. So for me, I felt safe. I felt like for my brother, no problem, let me go out with him. So we went to the club. We spent some good time there. Now when we were coming back, it was a little bit, it was drizzling, and when it was drizzling, we were not able to find a matatu. And you see now Westland is at least some few distance from the CBD. So we had to walk back to the Central Business District. So as we were walking, passing through where is called University of Nairobi Way, Nairobi University Way there, Wayaki Way, but just adjacent to the University of Nairobi. It was at night and we were laughing ourselves out, There was this lady who was talking some very funny things. Yeah, and for us, me and my brother were just laughing and laughing and laughing. as we were laughing, there was a thief who was seeing us.
Following you.
No, he wasn't following us, but he was hiding in a thicket next to the road, in the dark places. So we were not able to see him. And by then I had a big body, I had muscles, and you see, the thief identified me as the threat. So the thief decided to attack me
because you look
so that once he has attacked the threat, now he can be able to rob these other people. So for me, what I remember is that I just fell on the tarmac. I had a loud bang and I fell on the tarmac. And one of the friends that we had was a lady who was a soldier, who was a KDF soldier. So for me, when I heard the loud bang, the next thing that happened to me, I fell on the tarmac. And the only thought I thought of, the first thing I thought of was I had been shot on the head. Because when I touched my head like this, there was a big hole. And that day I realized that this head is so funny, the way God has created us. A small cut and the hole is so big. So I could put my fingers like this in my head and there was blood, because the first thing I felt was some cold thing running down. It was blood. So then I touched like this, I felt a hole. So I thought maybe it has scratched my head or it has entered and it is somewhere, because I had the loudest bang that I'd ever had in my life. Apparently, this guy had hit me with a huge metal rod. It was a big metal rod because it fell on the tarmac. So it was a huge rod and he hit me. I still have that mark on my head. And when he hit me, I fell on the ground and I thought of bullet. And now I started asking this lady, because she was a KDF, I started shouting, I've been shot, I've been shot. And she came and looked at me because she has experience of such things. No, she looked and said, no, it is not a bullet, because we even saw the guy. It was a big rod. Because later, after now, when he hit me, the ladies they shouted out of fear. They screamed, you know. Okay. So everybody was like, what is happening? Did he manage to rob the others? Yeah, he was able to take a tablet from the other KDF lady. And my brother, I don't know I can't remember exactly what happened. And you see, at this time, the only thought that came to me was to call my mom and to call my wife. But now my phone was off. Yeah, that is the worst. My phone was off. So I was like, if I die, let me at least call these two people and just bid them goodbye. And those are the things that made me to now start having that conversation with myself. The risk that I was putting myself into, you know. And at least we managed to come to the hospital. No hospital was able to take me in town. We came up to where we were staying, and that's where I was able to be stitched, and I later recovered. But that was just by the way. Wow. So confessing to someone, I was able to confess, and I confessed to my wife. And even later on, when I relapsed, I confessed to my son, our son, Justin. I remember I talked to our son and told my son that I have decided that I'm not going to drink again. And he told me, Daddy, I know it is going to be difficult, but you will do it. And that pushed me and kept me going. I said, I cannot disappoint my son, because I know, yes, alcohol can do worse thing to you. But by God's grace, I'm able to live to tell my story. But I don't know if my son will have the same grace. So I have to live as an example to my son, so that my son will not be able to live the experiences that I could have encountered if I continued alcohol, or even the ones that, if not by God's grace, I could have suffered because of certain things. Because I also remember I used to drive when I was heavily drunk. Remember when we were going home? There's a time we were going home, and I was drinking, and I was carrying my entire family, and I didn't felt bothered. You know, that's what alcohol does to you. You don't care about the family, the lives of the other people who are around you. You only care about yourself and what you feel, not knowing that you're putting your life and the life of your children in danger. You know, yeah. So number 2, confess to someone that you trust. The reason why you need to confess is that when you confess to someone, you put what is known as accountability. Accountability is that if I tell you and I trust you and I know you love me, you'll be able to keep me in check. Yeah. So when I want to fall back, you remind me. You remember you said you are going to stop. You can do this. You'll encourage me, you'll rebuke me, and you'll be able to correct me in a way that I'll be able to. But if you tell it to your heart only, then even if you relapse, there's no one to check you. Yeah. Yeah, that's why you need to confess to somebody you love. Then step number 3 to be able to stop alcoholism. Cut all the triggers. Yes? Just cut off all the triggers. What is making you to drink? Cut it out. Are you drinking because of stress? Are you drinking because of friends, bad friends? Are you drinking because of the places where you live? You have access to alcohol, you know? So these are the things you need to cut off. Cut off all the triggers and temptations that are putting you in that situation for you to drink. If you know you are living in a space where alcohol is easily accessible, move places, move houses. Your life is more important than whatever it is that you are doing in that particular environment. You know, move places. If the environment is not conducive, where you live, there's a lot of wine and spirit. Maybe you're coming off from work, you see a lot of people drinking in social places that are around your home. Cut them off. If you have bad friends who are drinking buddies, these people, once you are in problem, once you die, your kids will not see them. These people, when you are in problem, they run away from you, you know. So cut off these people. If maybe you have bad friends who are advising you to drink, cut them off. You know, have friends who are encouraging you to take tea, to take porridge, to take milk, because that benefits your body rather than what hurts your body. If it is stress, can you look at ways on which you can be able to control your stress? There are so many. If you believe in God, at least God assures us of things that He's able to do for us. Because stress comes from worry. But God is telling us, why worry when He's there for us? Why should you worry? So if you are a Christian, you can build your relationship with God so that whatever it is that is stressing you will not stress you, because number one, you know that anything that I do not have control over, I need not to stress over it. Yes, sure. Let's say you are in a situation, maybe a financial situation, and you don't have the ability to change that situation. Relax, trust in God. God is going to do what? To make a way for you. Yeah, so cut off the triggers. I was able to cut off my friends. It was difficult. I did have to cut them off. I reduced the number of times I was meeting these particular people. You know, I tried as much as possible to be able to stay away from those groups, and I started building relationship with my family. I started spending time. I started going out with my family. We'll go out and try a new eatery. We'll go and try a new restaurant, you know. So I cut off these particular friendships that we had. I limited as much as possible and started building now a new relationship with my family and also with the church.
Now, what was the experience of living without those friends? Now, how did you feel without them?
At first, especially in our country, people go out on Fridays.
Yeah.
So when you walk through these pubs, when you're walking next to these pubs, you see people laughing and it's like they're having a good time.
Yeah.
But until you understand what is good time, then you'll know if you're missing something or not. Because at that time, when you look at these people laughing at the balconies, then they're having their drinks and laughing in loud music. For you, your perception as a former drunkard, you might think, oh, those people are having a good time, they're having a blast, you know. They're able to share out their hearts, you know. But if you can do step number 1, where you are honest with yourself and analyze what was the effect of alcohol in you. Maybe it was bringing you a lot of fights in your family. Maybe it was leading you to, like I had friends who once they drink, it's all about fighting, you know. Then they come with injuries, a lot of injuries. Maybe it was when you drink, you end up causing road accidents. So when you look at those people, you ask yourself, in the morning, maybe 3-4 hours from when they are laughing, will be in the same state. You'll find one is sleeping like this, so tired. Another one is worried, just doing the calculation how much he or she has spent, yet family school fees he has not paid or rent he has not paid, and start regretting, I wish I could have just, instead of passing in this pub, I could have just taken a detour and gone home straight. I regretted a number of times when I realized that I'd spent a lot of money that I could have used in paying some of the bills in the house, you know. Right. So those people, yes,
Yeah, I remember there is this one of your friends who could drink and start fighting you, and you are all still a friend. Eh?
Yes, I had such people that the alcohol will confuse
And
their
remember
judgment.
when I asked you, like, what were you saying?
Yeah.
You can't even remember
anything.
anything.
Yeah. So when I started building my relationship with my family, at first I found it difficult, and because at that time you're still comparing the other life with this life, so you can see this life is boring, this other life is fun. So in the beginning, yes, it is difficult, but as time goes by is when you, especially you taking your children out to be able to, maybe there's a time I think we went to, was it Ole Polo's, yeah, and we had is one of the eateries in Nairobi, and we had meat, yeah, and just seeing my family, because I had to call even my sisters. I was trying to replicate what I was doing with friends, but now I said, instead of now putting friends, I want to put people who matter in my life. So I said, I want, instead of spending 10,000 on strangers who the next day I won't see them until the next drinking time, let me put it with people who are close to me in my family. Now, once I was sitting with you people there, eating the nyama choma with just sodas, there's something that I started learning, which was just seeing the smile of my son, seeing the smile of my wife, just seeing them enjoying. And it's something that maybe you didn't know. Even later on when we were going to this, going to Mombasa, I was still in that process of processing that situation, because to me, I'd spent a lot of time out. So just seeing my family smiling, it was a form of healing to me. So I didn't even want to join the experience. I wanted to sit back, watch you. That was the enjoyment that I was getting.
The time you missed.
Yes, so, but you see, for you are taking it different, because for you wanted me there, but for me, I wanted to experience just seeing, are these people happy through these things? So now you understand.
Yeah.
So it was one of the things that helped me to heal, because just seeing the smile of my son, the smile of my daughter, the smile of my wife, just sitting back and looking them laughing, and I started doing the mathematics that these people are so happy like this with only 20,000, which is $200, you know.
Yeah.
So $200 can make my family experience all these things. Yet this $200 is something I was drinking for one night only.
20.
Yeah, $200. And you see, that changed my perspective, and I started to realize that if I can stop the money that I was drinking now, I put it into having real experiences with my family, then I'm better off. So later on, I started enjoying now having a relationship with my family instead of, because the other one, I realized there was a lot of noise. You know, I was putting myself, number one, in danger because of fights. I was putting myself in a lot of temptations because of this being unfaithful, because the friends I'm with around, most of them are unfaithful. So by me taking alcohol, my judgment could have been led me to do those things, because the people you walk with will make you be what like them. Yeah, what they're doing. And also the fights, you know, the fights could have led to anything. Also, I could have ended up in road accident, you know, because these people we were drinking with, we had vehicles, we were driving at night at full speed, you know, and we are all drunk. So these are some of the things that I realized that I had to cut off. And now it made me enjoy being with my family because it was safe. Number one, I was able to come back home very early. I was able to avoid all those risks that I've mentioned, and I was able to be home, to be able to pay my bills, because now, if you can remember, at that particular time, I started hoarding foodstuffs. So I came up with something that brought joy out of me. Now, instead of going to buy the alcohol, I started buying food stuff in the house. Yeah. So I started keeping more and more food stuff and more food stuff until we reached a point where we had enough supplies for a whole year.
Yeah, I remember.
Yes. So those are the things that basically I managed to do. Step number 4. I was able to fill the void. Filling the void is what you've just asked me about. Yeah. So filling the void is, what did I replace with alcohol? So I had to fill the void that alcohol had left, because alcohol had taken a lot of my social activity. So I had to come up with something that will replace it. So number one, if you realize, I started spending time with you, with the family, and going out. In fact, that time we went to so many places. Yes, yeah. We went to so many places, and it also helped me to be able to heal and to be able to see the importance of having that relationship with my children, because I didn't have the same with my father, not because of choice, but because his work was not helping, enabling him to do that. But at least I was able to have that close relationship with my children, with you also. And also, I started seeking God. I started finding church, looking for a place to go to worship, a place to call home in terms of worship. That is one way that I managed to be able to fill the void. Another thing, I created a habit where I started taking local porridge and groundnuts, if you can remember. Because now I was taking it as something to relax. So I'll buy groundnuts or peanuts, for those who know peanuts. So I had peanuts and maybe coffee. So during that Friday, when now I'm supposed to go out there and drink, I'll put on maybe a movie or something to watch, and then I just snack on the groundnut to remove that urge in me of drinking. So I had to create a practice where, for me, that was now my social setup. And there's somebody who influenced that. There's a person, a neighbor, somebody who really motivated me to go to church, that I realized I was living that life. So I also decided that I'm going to replace alcohol with this. And I realized this. A packet of groundnut was selling at $1 of fried groundnuts. It was $1. And then I could buy the porridge flour that was sour. And that was also another $1. So those are $2. And these two things could take me for maybe 2-3 days.
Even for days.
Yet, one beer alone was that $2. And one beer cannot do you anything. On a single night, we could take more than 10 bottles. So 10 in a single night, and you drink, let's say, on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. You realize how much you spend. Yet, I could only take a groundnut and porridge, and then buy for you and the kids something also to be able to have a good time and just have stories. So that was how I was able to fill the void.
And even the if you can remember, your body now started changing.
My body started changing.
Healthy one.
Yes, healthy wise. Yes.
It was tough.
Yes. And then another thing that I did, I started rebuilding relationships. Just as I said before, that is another step that I took. Step number 5. I started rebuilding relationships that I wanted, new relationships. And I had to do away with the wrong ones, the wrong friends, the wrong groups. And I started creating a relationship with my wife, with my family, and also with the church. I started serving in church. I started doing a lot of activities in church. And that kept me in check to be able to replace whatever things that I was doing with something also different. Yes. And also, I managed, by grace of God, to be able to handle the relapses, because I'll be honest, it was not an easy journey. Since I left alcohol in 2016. So that is 9 years. But during these 9 years, I was able to relapse. Unfortunately, I relapsed once. Yes, once. I did relapse once, and it took me some time to be able to get out of it again. And when I relapsed, what I did was just the initial step that I made in the first place, the confession. And also the decision to quit. They kept on ringing in my mind. So as much as I'd relapsed, I knew this is just a process, because quitting it is not like a sprint. It is a marathon. It is something that you have to practice over time to be able to come out of it. Yes. So the relapses, I'll also be able to share how the relapses were, what made me to relapse, and how did I handle it, how did it affect me now, since I knew from the previous experiences how to handle that particular relapse. So I managed to handle the relapses by putting myself in spaces like having now a different version of me, especially how I was drinking. I was not drinking outside. I started drinking indoors, but still, it was still a relapse. You understand? Yeah.
But now that one started affecting our son, because now we were asking like, now what are you doing in front of
of the children?
of
Because
the
now
children?
I decided
Now
that
you have bring it here.
I've brought it back home now.
Yeah.
So after 5 years of being sober, I did relapse for a year. And yes, I've been sober for 9 years, but I did relapse for 1 year. But during this 1 year, I instead of going now out, I brought alcohol indoors now. Yeah, and it also affected our family in a number of ways. But by grace of God, I was now in church. I was now in church. So the church aspect was now pushing me to be able to do the right thing.
I
And
remember
also-
I could gather with some other women,
Yes.
and sometimes we could go even to the chapel and pray
Yes.
together.
Yes.
Like the habit we had here of putting prayer request in a jar,
Yes.
and we pray together. You just pray for whatever you want God to change in your life.
True.
And for sure He did.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that was also part of the things that I was able to do. Just being able to handle the relapses is so important, you know. Yes, and also I managed to get out of that relapse. And I also did one thing that, though I will not encourage it, because I made a promise to God that I'll not drink again. And now, by the time when I did relapse, I realized that I'd sinned. Because now making a promise to God and then you don't keep it, now you're in big problem. Yes. And I had to pray about it and just be able to ask for forgiveness from God, you know.
Yeah.
And God enabled me to be able to come out of it again, you know. And now, the seventh step that I always say also is that what I did, I had a positive mindset. I had to create a positive mindset in me, where as much as nowadays I don't feel any craving, I don't drink alcohol at all, I don't feel it, I don't like it, I basically hate it. I hate it with I hate it with a passion. And God given a chance, I'll be able to use my life just to be able to advocate for people to be able to stop taking alcohol and any other addiction. There's so many addictions that we'll talk about, but for now we started with alcohol. So just having a positive mindset, where as much as nowadays I don't have that urge, and I trust God that I'll not find myself in alcohol again, but now I just having the positive mindset to state to yourself every day that I have quit alcohol. Yes, I don't need alcohol to feel joy. I don't need alcohol to have happiness. I don't need alcohol to feel good, you know. Already, if you are a believer like me, you know that you already have Christ. And Christ already did all those things. He has promised you joy. He has promised you peace. You know, He has promised you a lot of things. All you need to do is to trust in Him. So even when you are drinking, because most men drink because of stress, maybe stress at home, stress at work, financial issues. So all I need to do is to know that even those financial wealth, or just being able to pay the bills, it is God who provides for us. It is God who is our sole provider. So instead of going to alcohol to be able to cover up for the stress that you're having, why don't you take your Bible and read it and also pray? If you're a Muslim, I've not read the Quran, but you can take your Quran and also read it and pray. You'll be able to find something. As long as you have some higher power that you believe in, you can seek that particular higher power, as long as it is the Holy One and it is come from God. Pray about it, you know, and God will give you the joy. You don't need alcohol to seek joy, because the joy of alcohol is short-lived. You'll only be happy for 1 second or one hour. After that, you now have the regret. Now you have problems times 2. Your family has not eaten. Your family, the children will not be able to go to school. The children will grow up to live a very bad life because of the influence they saw their parents living. And mark you, at least for you, you've reached an adult age. You don't know what your children will go through if they start drinking alcohol. The things they'll end up being, that will bring more stress to you. Because through alcohol, they might enter into fights, they might end up killing, they might end up raping, they might end up doing very bad things that will not only bring shame to your life, but will make you live your old age in pain, in stress, and in agony. You understand? So just deciding that for me, I'm going to fight it and I'm going to be sober. I'm going to trust in God because I believe that there's joy in God. And I thank God that by His grace, He has put me in a position where I can champion, I can be able to help somebody out there, be able to stop addiction.
So, if I may ask, compared to the life you used to be and the life now you're having,
Yes.
What changes have you seen since you stopped alcohol and today now you are sober? Like, how do you feel being here other than being outside there?
By being here, number one, my health, I feel so much good. I used to have a lot of problems that I never even shared with you, some of them. And I will only be reminded of them when I'm drunk. Is when I'll just feel, especially my legs. My legs used to hurt so much. They'll become so swollen. My legs used to swell so much that, now when I come back home, now I want to go and help myself maybe in the washroom, short call. Just walking to the washroom was a problem. I could not feel my legs. They used to swell. Yes, they used to swell so much, and then I could feel it was so hot. It was like a burning sensation. And I knew that that is just a sign that something is not right up there. Either my kidneys are warning me that, guy, you need to stop. You need to stop or else we'll give you a reality check very soon. Yes, so health-wise, I feel so good, That is physically. Emotionally, I'm very much in a very good position because I know I'm in a position where I'm able to handle storms in my life without relying on alcohol. I'm able to handle stress. I'm able to handle a lot of these things. And the good thing is that, you see, when you have a problem, then you run to alcohol. Let's say you have $100 and now you go spend the $100 because maybe you have a problem of let's say how much of $900 or 100. Let's say you have a problem of $100. Then you have $20 in your pocket. You go drink with the $20. Now at the end of the day, now your problem is not even 100, it is 120. The problem has not run away. It is still there waiting for you. So right now, since I left, I'm able to tackle problems head on a sober mind. I'm able to look at things logically. I'm able to analyze things and make decisions that are not based on alcohol. I'm also able to have fun without alcohol. I can take tea, I can take coffee, and this has enabled me to be able to go to spaces with my family where I don't need to argue like, oh, this space has alcohol, now what will my children think of, Like you want to go to a place, but that place is selling alcohol. So you're worried, what will your children see? They might see bad behavior from adults, They might say bad things, but now since I don't drink, if I go to a social setting that I know, I'll have to look for a place that does not take alcohol because now I don't need alcohol to have fun. Already me, I'm fun without it. I'm fun without it.
Okay.
And then also my finances, they are not as bad as they used to. If I get money right now, I know I put it in the right places. I know I need to buy food, I need to pay bills, I need to pay fees. While before, when I got money, I had to decide between taking care of you people and going having fun.
So the worst thing is that you just...
I'll always choose the other side.
Yeah, and accumulate a lot of debts.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you realize that if I were to get $100 then, I'll have to take what? To spend on alcohol, and then now you people are suffering. And that is one thing that has really changed. And also, I feel I'm in a better space. I feel even spiritually, I feel I'm in a better space. I'm able, my faith is strong, my spirit is strong. I'm able to connect with God. I'm able to connect with Christ. I'm able to have that personal relationship with Him because I don't feel guilty of anything. I don't feel guilty that my spirit has been weakened by alcohol, So I'm able to have even real conversation with God and also teach my children, teach my family about God. So those are some of the things that have really taken place in my life. But it's still a journey. And as we always say, that it's always step by step.
Yeah.
Yes. So maybe you have any other question for me?
My question, and another question is maybe if you may tell us about being in Christ.
Yes.
Have you ever thought of going back or having a regret of going back to
the other life?
Yeah.
To be honest, I've never even thought of going back to that life again. And even when I did relapse, there's a time I did relapse. And when I went to the club, I just told myself, this is not my place.
No, thank you, Lord.
I just said, nah, this is not my place. And I just left. I remember that time when I did relapse, I had to even come back with the whatever, the alcohol in the house, you know. Because I just sat there and I just told myself, this is not the place for me. I felt spiritually I'm not there, honestly. That is the thing that I thank God by His grace He has enabled me to feel. Like even just going to a club, I just feel I'm out of place, place, you know. I feel like I even tell myself, nah, this is not me. I even look at people doing it and I wonder what they're doing, you know. That's where now I am. And I don't judge them. No, it's not judging. But me, personally, that is the space that I am right now. I don't feel the urge. I don't feel the need to. And even if you were to take me inside that space, I'll just tell you point blank, this is not for me. Let us go take maybe tea somewhere. Let us go have coffee somewhere. But not drinking. So I've never thought of going back. I've never regretted the life I'm living, especially right now. I find a lot of fulfillment in serving God. Just the joy of seeing a child that you started nurturing to be able to know God. Just reaching out to you, you know, greeting you in a way that you wonder, wow, I didn't know that I have this in me. I never knew that I could talk like this. I never knew that I could make friends. You know, I had to rely on alcohol to even approach people. I never, even dating myself, I had to drink to be able to date, especially even you. So right now, I'm able to have conversation with people. I'm able to talk in front of people. Yeah. I'm able to do so many crazy things, even this video, because I'm very, very sober. Yes, I'm very, very sober. And it is something that has made me to wish that I'd left alcohol even earlier. But I don't regret anything because everything always happened for a reason. And for sure, if I had a place to be, I'd rather be in Christ than be out there.
Wow. Guys, did you hear that? Mine is just to appreciate our God. Because He has a reason.
Yes,
and that's why you are here right now.
Yes.
Because if I can go back to where you came from, I remember even the moment we lost our daughter, like you said before, you went and prayed there.
Yes, yes.
That means you still have that urge of going back to Christ. You still have that knowledge that there is God. God wanted you so much.
Yes.
And for sure you have achieved it.
Yes, amen.
And I just pray that you continue with the same spirit. Even that time when he was praying, he was at a place, at a corner somewhere.
Yes, yes.
And me on my side, on the other side, I was just crying to my God because now we needed somebody to donate the blood. Yeah. And the dad was not there, yet he was somewhere kneeling down and just calling God. But God has a reason. He needed you most. And now whatever you are doing, like guiding the kids, now look at now, you're in Kids Kingdom, just trying to give them at least something. You are being useful to, at least you are helping some.
Yes, true.
So I'll just say that you continue with the same spirit.
Yes.
God loves you so much. And please, don't forget that there is God.
Yes, amen.
Whichever the moment you pick, just go on.
Yes, so thank you so much for watching. And if you're watching this and you are where I used to be in that particular position, maybe it is you, maybe it is your family, maybe it is your loved one, maybe it is your son, maybe it is your daughter. Yes, I just want you to know that you are not weak. Just know that you are not broken. Understand that you are not far too gone. Yes,
Yeah.
All you need is just one reason to start again. Yes, you need one step and just one conversation to be able to stop and to be able to quit and be able to change and overcome alcoholism. And if you don't know where to start, let this video be the start. If you don't have a place to start with, let this video be where you can start that journey. So you can tell us in the comment section where you are right now, where you are in your journey and trying to quit alcoholism, what alcohol has done in your life, what you've learned from our video today. And also we are going to give part 3. It's coming soon. And in part 3 we'll be able to discuss what happened when I relapsed. Otherwise, for now, thank you so much for watching. Bye bye for now.
And God
And God
bless you.
bless you.